Yeah, just because it's Wednesday and I'm on this kick, I'm going to do another similar theme to what I've been doing and getting a lot of hits on and see what it is. I got the top 5 classic porn movies. And number 5, I've never heard of it, but I was actually 4 for 4 on the other 4 and 1 for 1 on the number 1 classic porn movie. But number 5 is called Mona the Virgin Nymph. And I'm going to put links to these in the description. And I might have to go watch Mona to see what it's all about. The other ones I've seen, number 4 I haven't seen a lot of, but the other ones I've seen, especially number 2 and number 1. So number 4 is The Devil and Mrs. Jones, and I had that on my list. That's pretty much a classic. I want to say it's Ron Jeremy's in it, but I've only seen bits and pieces of this one, but I've heard about it and seen the trailers on it and kind of know some of the people that are in it. I mean, not personally, but... and then this one is a classic, and it was on my... I had these 4. I had the last 4 on my list, but I was like, I wonder what number 5 is, and then pulled it up from co-ed news, college, entertainment, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, number 3 is Behind the Green Door, and that's with Marilyn Chambers, who since no longer around in the business and stuff, but she was big in the late 70s and early 80s. And then this one I got and have seen the whole thing numerous times. I got a story about when I was 18, first moved to California. I asked my aunt if I could get it. And for some reason, my aunt's like this very, very smart lady, but there's a certain category of naivete that she has. She was like, oh, sure. And then what happened was she realized after my cousin, who was only a couple years younger than me, saw it, and we had watched it numerous times, and then my cousin Jonna came in, a female cousin, watched a bit of it, went to her room and cried for like hours about it, because she was like, oh, that's what sex is and love and blah, blah, blah. She had to have been, I was like 18, so she had to have been 17. And I'm like, really? But anyways, it's Debbie Does Dallas, and I've seen the whole thing. It's actually pretty good, but it's very 70s, and it's like the theme is them trying to get a cheerleading squad, I think, is going to like a competition, and so what happened was they decided to make money by having the cheerleaders sleep with all the like everybody in the town or whatever, different people, to give them money, and then the cheerleader Debbie at the end basically sleeps with some dude that says, I'll float the money for all of you or something like that. This is all from memory, but it really isn't about the plot. It's more about the action. And then number 1 is the epitome of especially 70s porn, but porn in general, but it's called Deep Throat with Linda Lovelace. And it's where a woman has the storyline is she basically has a clitoris in her throat, and so she can't get enough of going down on dudes for as long as possible. But it's a complete classic, because it's like, I think it pushed it from mainstream porn, and they made a movie about her, which was pretty amazing. I read the script a few years back, and then they kind of changed it around of what it was. But anyways, there's a lot of stories about her. But anyways, Deep Throat is number 1. So that's my top 5 classic porn movies of all time. So leave your comments, give it a like, give it another view, and then share it. Share it along. I've had 2 videos in the last 2 days, and both have just come under 100 views in an hour. The first one was 86 views in an hour, and the second one was 92 views in an hour. And then both of them just kind of stopped and then started collecting views after that, and I've changed a little bit of the links and stuff. But go ahead and share this puppy, and have a good Wednesday.